Now, how did you get into rap music? What age were you?
18.
Any musical influences? Anybody that inspired you?
I don't know if anybody like inspired. Well, yeah, I would say like, you know, hip hop artists, of course, like 21 Savage, Lil Uzi. You know, of course they inspire me, like, but like someone that made me start rapping, no.
Have you had a chance to work with 21 or Uzi yet?
No, I'm waiting on them. Like, we're gonna make the biggest hit. They need to fuck with me before they fuck with any other bitch.
What would a song with you and 21 or you and Uzi or both on one song, what would that sound
Flames,
like?
fire, oh my God, like building, roof, gone.
Now,
Done.
now, how many years would you say you've been perfecting your craft for at this point?
It should be a year now.
And do you remember your first rap or what you were rapping about back then?
Yeah, my first song was Designer. Rapping about a whole bunch of like, you know, fashion, because that's what I was into.
Now, when you're in the studio, top 3 things you need in the studio.
Weed, a backwood, and something to drink. That's not soda, because it's bad for your throat.
So like water or
No.
alcohol or
No.
lean?
Lean would be good. But no, like juice, like I drink like pink lemonade and like fruit punch.
Oh,
and
okay,
stuff.
okay.
I don't drink liquor.
Now, marijuana, what strain in particular?
Cookies. Balmy Huggers, Pablo.
Now, what does smoking do for you exactly when you're in the studio?
It just like, you know, helps me flow. Like it just gets me like in that mood, like in that zone to make a hit, you know. Just completely like whatever's on the top of my head, I'ma say it. Like,
Do you need it?
no, yes, yes. I gotta admit that, yes, I probably do need weed.
Ever make or record music in the studio sober?
Yeah.
Is there a difference? Like, can you tell the difference when you're sober versus...
It might take me a little bit longer when I'm sober because I try to perfect every little thing. Like when I'm sober, it's not that it's bad, it's just I really be trying to perfect every little thing. But when I'm high, it's just like more natural type. Like I'll keep it instead of cutting it, starting over.
Craziest studio story, if you have one. Been a year since you've been
I know. Let me
taking
think.
it
What's the
serious.
wildest thing that's happened to me in the fucking studio? Oh my God, this nigga got shot when I was in the studio one time. It was an accident though. It was an accident. The nigga beside him was playing with a gun. Goddamn, I wasn't recording, but I was just sitting there. And the nigga got it, all of a sudden you just had a pop. Nigga started screaming. It's just blood. I'm like, what the fuck?
In your session?
And no, it wasn't my session.
Oh.
My session just ended. Like
I
my session
see.
had just ended. So I'm just like sitting there chilling, you know, whatever. He like mixing the song and everything still. She was wild. And the nigga accidentally shot him. And I had to take him to the hospital. It was low-key funny as fuck, but it wasn't at the time. But it was funny as fuck though, because it was like complete accident. Like nigga was just playing with it, and I was like, pow, shot the nigga in the leg.
Was he okay?
Yeah, he okay. He can still walk.
Mm. Now, your recording process, what is that like? Are you the type that's writing your lyrics like pen and pad or on the phone? Or are you freestyling and punching in?
I mostly freestyle and punch in. Sometimes I'll like write like, you know, 2 or 3 bars and then just flow off of that. Sometimes I might write the whole verse. But most of the time I freestyle, like 95% of the time I'm freestyling.
Now, how did you get like that? Was that just you experimenting and you gravitated towards it? Or did you see like other people doing the freestyle punching in thing and then you kind of implemented that yourself?
For my first song, I was punching in, freestyling, punching in, like, because I've always freestyled, like, I've been freestyling since I was like 13, 14, but it was like a joke, you know, like, not really like a joke, but like a playful thing, like, you know how boys freestyle all the time?
Right.
I would always hop into the freestyles and rap myself, so like freestyling just came easy to me when I really got behind the mic.
What's the average time you spend on a song?
Whole song? I can get a whole song done in like 20 minutes.
Most songs you recorded in one studio session?
5.
That's almost an EP.
Yeah.
Now, what about writer's block? And I use that term loosely because, yeah, I know you do freestyle and stuff, but that, it's that phrase that's used when you get stuck on an idea, stuck in the middle of a song, you can't finish it. How do you deal with something like that?
Smoke another blunt. Just smoke it till some ideas come.
What's the longest you've worked on a song? Like, for instance, you work on it, you get writer's block, you put it down, you come back to it later and you finish it. What's the longest a song has taken you?
Probably like 2 days, maybe. This singing song I did, it took me like 2 days to really like perfect it because it's like a new field for me. So I had to keep like bumming back and adding and taking out and then listening to it and then bumming back.
Now, I'm sure you've come across a variety of beats. Has there been any beat that you received that you passed on that became a bigger song for somebody else?
I know how to pick the beats. I'm the beat master. If I don't like it, it's not going to be a hit.
Now, what's the realest song you ever wrote or spoke so far in your whole catalog of music that's been released that people can actually listen to right now if they wanted to?
The realest?
Yeah.
Let me think. I had so many songs. You asked me this last time, too. The realest song that I think I've done that's out. Wow, this is a hard question. I think Pretty. I think the new song I dropped, Pretty.
What's that about?
It's basically about, like, me asking people, like, why are you talking to me if it's not about money, basically? And that's really, like, how I am. Like, why are you talking to me if you're not talking about money, basically? And then I'm like, I really just talk, yeah, that's basically what I'm talking about in that song.
Now, risk versus reward. What's the biggest risk you took for your music career so far?
The biggest risk?
Yeah.
I would say my style, period, I think is a risk. Because there's so many people trying to have the same sound. So I think it's a risk in itself. Like, doing this type, I think it's a risk in itself.
Is it worth it?
Yes.
Proudest accomplishment so far in your music career?
I had a show with Ray-Bans and the Boiler Room. I think that's probably my highest achievement in my eyes.
Good show?
Yes, great show. That was my favorite show. 12 actually shut it down. It was so great, though. It was a very good show.
Biggest failure so far in your music career? Biggest flop?
Can't tell you. I haven't had one.
That's good. Not yet. Now, do you wish you could live a normal life?
No.
What's the biggest misconception of you? What's one thing people think about you that's not true?
People think I'm a bitch, but I'm a bitch. People think that, I mean, I could be mean. I think that people think I'm not real down to earth, actually, because, yeah, I don't know why, but I think people like people have told me, like, when they come to me, they'd be like, I didn't know I could talk to you or take pictures of you. And I'm like, why would you ever think that? Like, I encourage people to walk up to me. I love to take pictures. I love to sign, like, all that. Like, it makes my whole day. So, I don't know. I think people really have that, like, messed up in their head.
Craziest rumor you heard about yourself?
I've had a lot of crazy rumors. Like, there's a crazy rumor that I was from D.C. for the longest fucking time, and then everyone got mad, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, y'all made that shit up, like, but whatever. What else? Oh, it was a rumor that me and Asian Doll mom fought. Like, our moms fought. Don't know why. I think that's it. Oh, and it was a rumor that I brought an AK-47 into the club. It wasn't an AK-47. Like, why?
False.
That was false. I did try to bring a gun into the club, but it wasn't an AK-47.
Now, what question do you hate to answer?
I don't know. I don't really have a question. Like, people ask me, and I'm like, I don't want to answer it.
You're
I
an
like to
open
answer the
book?
question. Yeah.
Now, what do you think about this? Do you care what people think of you?
No, it doesn't really matter.
Why not? Some people do care.
Because, I mean, then what the fuck? What are they doing for you? Like, what does that mean? Like, what is it doing for you at the end of the day what someone else is thinking in their head? Nothing at all.
What about music-wise? Do you care what people think?
No, but at the same time, yes, because the people is who buys your music. The people is who brings you, you know, the money. So I do care to a certain extent, but, like, their opinion's not going to affect what I'm doing.
Keys to success. What are your keys to success?
DJ Khaled has plenty of keys to success.
What are yours?
I think staying down is definitely a major key to success. Staying down, definitely. Staying down, stacking up, goddamn, staying true to yourself, never being a lame, don't get your chain fucking snatched. Yeah, I think those are the keys to success.